Hello everyone. Faith, Goen, Jakistan and Starlord. Welcome. How's everyone doing today? Everyone having a good start to your weeks? JCDC, hello. Pretty good? Good. I'm glad to hear that. Hello Alex, hello Geoanomaly. It's good to see everyone. Whew. We are returning to one of my absolute favorite games today. How am I? Ooh, you're on a 2-week break. Terralingua? Glad to hear that. I'm doing super well. I've got some really exciting stuff coming up tomorrow, and I finally got around to cutting a bunch of the VODs. For AC Mirage, so we're gonna keep those should start going live over on YouTube tomorrow. So if you're excited or been waiting for those to catch up on them on a different website, as I said, tomorrow we're gonna have them go up like one every day and just kind of truck through them. So that's super exciting. But yeah, otherwise I am doing super good. And Faith, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Geoanomaly. Enjoy having your emotes again. Alright, so yeah, here's the plan for today. We are going back to Book of Hours, which I am very happy about. This is probably my favorite game of this year. It's just good vibes, and I have a good time with it. And so we're gonna hang out and just do more of that. And Goen, thank you for the tier 1 gift sub to Cyrex as well. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot else. Actually, I do have other news. So, I was at the store, and I found we have terrible news, right? Oh, funny coincidence, but Fate just had told me into Fate Grand Order, and he's an old man who wants to be left alone to tend to his, in Fate's universe's, 2 libraries of Alexandria. Well, this is getting out of hand. But also a big mood. And Starlord, thank you for the follow. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. So I was at the store, and Twinings just put, since we talk about drinks a lot on this channel, we gotta. Turns out Twinings has already put out his Christmas collection. Which, made me feel some way. Right, like, like every good American, I'm deeply distressed by the, ever-encroaching Christmas wear. Like, it's not even Halloween yet. And we're already getting Christmas blends. I know, right? It's getting fully ridiculous. So naturally, I bought all 4 flavors. Immediately. I have no regrets. Soon we'll all be living in perpetual Christmas decoration season. As long as we get Christmas spices, I'm gonna have the hot take. As long as it's got Christmas spices, I don't care. I will have things with cinnamon and ginger in them all year long. I fully do not care. So we can avoid the Christmas songs. I don't need peppermint all year long. But this tea in particular is actually very good. It's not as good as Loharni & Sons, but Twinings is cheaper and more easily accessible, so I'll live with it. Oh, by the way, also, completely unrelated, Starlord 861, congratulations on being the 3300th follower on this channel. Round of applause. Yay! You'll take all the peppermint you do not want? Well, I mean, I've got a whole box of it, so, Anyway. Exactly. The poor shop workers have to listen to Mariah Carey forever. Oh no! I take it all back, I would never inflict that on someone. Already a mind-breaking contradiction heading into summer and winter-themed Christmas shenanigans. Poor confused brain can't compute. Yeah, the poor... I feel for y'all in the southern hemisphere for not being able to have winter things in winter. You got store-brand spice chai and you're annoyed you try finding a loose tea version that's not as good as the cheap tea bags. Literally, what's the point? Also, Faith, thank you for the gift sub to Kyra as well. Too much cardamom. That's an odd problem for spice for chai to have. Like, there's a lot of spices that go into it. Just don't overload it. And you recently lit a pumpkin spice. It has no pumpkin in it, so you're just confused. Oh, that reminds me though. I should make pumpkin pie again. I should make pumpkin pie this week. But yeah, no, it's cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, and allspice. There's no pumpkin in pumpkin spice. Pumpkin is the medium through which to convey the spices to your face. And clove and anise, yeah. Yeah. It's a good spice mix. Unironically, good spice mix. Works really well with, like, chopped walnuts and, like, a crystally... like an apple sugar. If you put those on top of a pumpkin pie, it works really, really, really well. You think it got labeled pumpkin spice because pumpkin is a fun word to say? You're not wrong. Yeah, then your pumpkin pie will be crunchy. That's the point. You get a little bit of like crunch and caramelization on the top of the pie, and then you get nice softness in the inside of the pie, and it's a nice contradiction. Incorrect. Just because I make it differently. I also have found that I tend to cook the pie for longer than the rest of the family does, because I like that caramelization. Oh, rhubarb and spices tea. Dang, why'd they discontinue that? That sounds great. Alright, well, what do you say we continue this in a thing where we can actually simulate having some drinks? That may or may not be poison. Let's hop into the game. So very quickly, if you're just tuning in, hello. As always, I'm Adam. We're playing more Book of Hours because it's gotta do my job at the Rare Books Library in a video game. So that's just a good time. If you enjoy this though, of course make sure you hit the follow button to be notified for all of the history type streams we do. And if you want to support the channel, you can look at subscribing here on Twitch, or heading over to patreon.com/LudoHistory, where for as little as $2 a month, you can help make sure we keep doing good history content over here on Twitch. Alright, let's hop into the game. By the way, the game updated again, and so there's going to be some things that changed. Let's see. Oh, hello, toss a coin to your Twitcher, and thank you for all 6 of our raiders. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I just introduced myself, but let me introduce myself again. I am Adam. I, am a historian and rare books librarian, and today we're going to be playing a game. That is probably one of my favorite games, where I am going to play as a rare books librarian, my real job, in a video game. And it is just a delightful time. So, Kiritissa, welcome. Love the longship emotes. Good choice. Exactly. So we've got a ton of updates here. Basically, a lot of it's quality of life, but since we're continuing a game rather than starting a new game, we do not get a second phonograph record player. So it goes. If you have not seen this game before, it's probably going to be very overwhelming and intense for a little while. Because there's just a lot going on. But the quick rundown of what's happening is basically we are in charge of this rare books library in Cornwall, which was originally a medieval monastery. And so we have two responsibilities. One is to unlock the rest of the library, because it's been abandoned for a few years and is generally cursed. It do be haunted. And the second responsibility is to catalog a bunch of books. In order to do that, we have to consider books, and then as we read them, we get to use each of these decks of cards in order to gain enough knowledge to be able to actually understand what the book is saying. And it is, there's a big eldritch cultist layer on top of it, so there's a lot of weird stuff happening, but that is the basic gameplay goal, which is just charming. It's about as charming as it can possibly be. We are currently in the middle of summer, and we need to figure out what the heck we're doing. It's been a couple of weeks since we touched this, so I no longer remember what we were trying to do. Oh yeah, we've also gained the ability to go swimming. Apparently, this is now a new thing you can do at some point, is you can go swimming. Oh! And the meadow connects into the caves. Apparently, it's, not recommended, and if you do, you must know where your towel is. So, the devs have good humor. Alright, let's take a look. This is an enduring, persistent memory. We also, in an amazing quality of life change, gained the ability to dream on memories so that we can preserve them day to day. Which is just really, really useful for some of the high-level crafting stuff. There must be some happy fruits. Exactly. Fruity guys? Some hoopy fruits. Sorry. I can't read. And also I was like, that's not the reference. And then it turns out, no, you did have the reference right, and I can't read. They made enduring reflection... Wait. Well, that's what we call an important update. What book are we reading? Oh yeah, we are looking at something tasty. Can't read? Not a good sign as a librarian. Well, you know, I don't have to be able to read to catalog, I just have to be able to type. I can't do that either, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, by the way, I should remind everyone, if this is your first time seeing what we're doing, because this is my real job but in a video game, we're behaving like my real job. And creating a catalog. And so we have a catalog that is how I would do an actual, like, basic library record for everything in our library. So we currently have 84 books that we have at least acknowledged the existence of. And so we have a ton of stats about them. We've got some content tags, which are completely irrelevant for the game, but very fun for me. And then what do we get for actually reading them? Like, what's the benefit? Why do we do this? We also have the same thing, but much less complete for all of the non-book material in our collection. And then information on who's actually coming to, like, you know, use our stuff. This is, it turns out, a horribly inefficient spreadsheet for the purposes of the game, which is primarily about crafting stuff. But it is a very good spreadsheet for me, and me personally. So, we take it. Cool. Let's catalog some books. Oh, I can have to consider them instead of doing that. Fine, fine. I was gonna ask if you were gonna make a sheet for crafting recipes. Oh, of course not. Why would I do something that would make the game easier for me? That sounds not right. Who would possibly do that? You love jumping into stream and the first thing you hear is let's catalog some books? Ha. Well, I'm glad I can always provide that. You want this game now for natural history collections. True. That would... I know there's more than a couple natural history collections people in here. And I think this is a fabulous model for... Actually, you kind of have to change nothing. Right? It can still be spooky and eldritch. As just... You go out into the moors, and you find bones, and you do a Bone Wars about it, and people may try to steal your bones. And then you add, like, a reconstruction minigame. To it. And it would just be a good time. And you could actually probably make it, like, significantly more, I guess, literally historical? Right. If you just actually set it in the Bone Wars. Let me show you our uncleared attic that's also spooky and eldritch. Well, yeah. Lieutenant Arthur Thomas Moore, retired. Well, I think you make the Magdeburg unicorn, and pass that off as totally legitimate. Oh, pickled mushrooms. You'll learn to like them. Will I? Will I really, game? Are you sure? Passing by, a poet, which is Winter, Moth, and Sky. Can I do a lot with Winter, Moth, or Sky? Winter. If I can get Winter up to 9, I can do stuff. Well, I could also just do the Shadowed Stare. Wait. That has to be a memory? Huh. Well, okay. That's an odd... I didn't expect that. I expected needing assistance. Alright. Sure. Well, we happen to have a memory that does that, so... I guess I can unlock that. And then I can take a look to see what we can do to get Winter up. We've got... Whist, which is a plus whist, which is 3, so that's going to be 4, 7. I'll need 2 more. Which, I'm sure there's a drink or some food or drink that gives Winter. Let's see if there's a food. Got no shortage of food right now. For the most part, I think food is mostly, like, nectar and grail. Summery things. The most random thing you discovered till now is a plastic bag full of otter clitoris bones. Not eldritch, just confusing. Yeah, I would agree with that take entirely. Certainly not spooky. Oh, well, Not eldritch, but undeniably weird. Need some peppermint for that winter drink. You sure do. I've got a couple of one winter things. I don't seem to have a good two winter thing. Well, we'll still try and do it. I suppose I could also... I've got another option I can do. I just have to read a book. The poet can also take flowers if you have winter plants. I don't know what plants I've got right now, honestly. I do have an easier option, though. And that is just to our catalog. I just need to take a look at who's got... I just need to read a book first. The Introduction to Histories is going to solve my problem entirely. So we just have to read a book. Is Introduction to Histories currently in here? Yeah. So we'll just grab that. We'll grab that. We can do that with kind of whatever works. So we can do that. There we go. Then we should also, well, we are... I've recruited you. So that's fine. Guess I'll talk to you with a plus whist. And then we'll use our book memory in order to accomplish that. Oh, what do we get out here? We get a U-blank. Okay. Neat. There's that. Wonder if you can make your own alcohol in this game? You absolutely can. Is in fact part of the feature. Memory, hindsight, brings that up to 9. Then if we need a 10th one, we can do that. But I don't think we will. And there's the Stare Tenebris. There were shadows here on the earth, long before the foundations of the house were laid. They retreated before the Romans' burrowings. They quailed before the sun hymns of the brethren. They slunk away before the blades and pistols of the Baron's dwarf. Over all those centuries they shrank, until at last when the Curia of the Isle sunk the stair, they could recruit one, as a watchdog. The Velvet. An hour of secrecy? Ignorance? Privacy? Shame? The Velvet has never encouraged inside investigation or worship. Even an image of her is unusual. But also cute. Look at that star-nosed mole. Look at him. Look at it. It's so cute. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. That takes 11. That takes 10. That takes 10. I believe this one only takes 9, though. So we can do that. Call that a day. And let's talk to our person who needs reference help. About... Labites are much favored as the Labyrinth of Lions. Abacassus himself made a pilgrimage there not so long ago. When they break faith with the Lionsmith, the duty often falls to me and my companions. The duty to bring them to the Labyrinth for punishment. Once, what? Just mystery or edge 3. So I was looking for a specific aspect, namely violence, and a book that talks about violence to at least the 3rd degree. Like, say, this one, which is definitely not cursed. I don't know what you're talking about. Nope, definitely not infected. I'm resolved not to fail in this matter, but what will become of Abacassus in the coils of the labyrinth, I cannot say. We get a bronze tree for our efforts. Alright, let's update our catalog, because we have circulation data. That's important. Transaction number 8 was with... Where did he go? Lieutenant Arthur Moore, retired. Lieutenant Arthur Moore, retired. As the sun his course, Edge 3. Hello, KJ. It is good to see you. Hooray. Is this a new tune? This is a much more intense tune. I'm kind of a huge fan of it. Oh, good. And we have a new open thing. The Chancel of the Abbey Church. The Church of the Unconquered Sun, i.e. the definitely not Christian church we promise, acknowledges only a handful of hours. The Sunnian Rags, or Splendor, the Mensicate, the Madrigad, the Watchman, and, reluctantly, the Wolf Divided. Any other so-called hours must be lesser powers, wicked imposters, or superstitions. So the church denies 2 of the 3 hours of the Chancel. And yes, the Chancellor is set to determine which of their peers qualify as hours. That's theology for you. Abbot Geoffrey decreed that all 3 should be venerated in this holiest of rooms. To avoid actual heresy, he would not prevent or permit any of the 3 to be named. That's theology too. And Faith, thank you for the tier 1 gifts of 2 Lidsel. I super appreciate it. Ah, we got more books. We have a solar book, a dawn book, and a solar book. So, medieval, ancient, and medieval. We also have the Ichor Vitreous, the Ichor Auroral, the History Wax. Oh! Agave. It's an agave plant. Also a really good candle. Holy moly. Like, wow. There's a lot I can do with that. If I had things that need lantern. I don't have a lot of things that need lantern right now. Because lantern's far and away the easiest one for me to get. Which means, unfortunately, most everything I've done that needs it, needs something else. Okay. Let's catalog something else, since we're getting close on the end of the day. Consider a book. A baronial period, early modern book with a bit of a soul. And what do we get? We get The Deaths of the Moon, a historical tract on various forms of survival after death. Well, you know what that means. To the catalog. Was it The Deaths of the Moon? Yes. Anonymous for now. Baronial. Its mystery is... looks like... Moth? No, Moon. Moon. 8. Thalassemia. Codex. Is it expensive? Eh. Postery. On death. Cool. Have we read it? No, we cannot read Thalassemia, so I have no idea. And we're gonna put it in the reading room with all of our other books. So that's where it belongs. Let's do another one. I've got so many right now. A Curia period book with an arrow. Now, what do we get for our efforts? Apollo and Marsyas. Okay. Yeah. Let's go. I mean, I suppose this is a codex. I wouldn't really consider a libretto a codex. I mean, it's not one. But I'd almost consider it more of like a pamphlet than a codex. Meh. Whatever. Knowledge easily tucked away like organs is a deeply distressing way of, understanding the codex. I don't hate it. I mean, it definitely gets you to think about the book as a material object, and the book as something with a body. But also, it's kind of distressing. Oh well. To the catalog anyway. Anonymous. Curia. The mystery it has is heart. For English somehow. Libretto. Tragedy. Opera. 0. None. Reading room. For anyone who doesn't know, a libretto is literally a little book. It is a truncated, often either just like part summary or a like stage book that gives like starts and ends of songs, or just the script but not the tune, or just stage notes. There's a wide variety of things that can be in librettos, or in libretti, I should say, for different operas or ballets. Sometimes there can be librettos for, or a libretto for a ballet as well, but for the most part it's operas. And it's a new day. And now with a new day we get a new memory, a new weather event, and everything refreshes. Ugh. And it's clouds. What a useless weather. Oh well, what can I expect for the height of summer, right? Boo, clouds. Also me IRL. Give me exciting weather, right? Give me weather that does something. That moves people. None of this clouds. D&D character idea: an illiterate scribes wizard. That would be, what's the opposite of min-maxed? Sandbagging? That would be one heck of a sandbag. Max mint. Also, by the way, since we just got a very easy to, potentially very easy to read thing. Oh good, Mystery Heart. we have that. And we can use our ++ core. And that reads the book. I need nothing else. Be the most ineffective, the most effective way. Exactly. Truly, make sure you can't do anything of note. That with a... Oof, I'm rapidly running low on cash, but that's okay. We can always work for 6 pence at a time. A wheelchair-bound rogue with expertise in acrobat. Okay, but that's storytelling right there. Right. Right, the backstory writes itself. It's also just an Ace Attorney character, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Oh, good. The Bancroft Diaries. Okay. Let us to the catalog. Bancroft Franklin. Curia period. It is Lantern 4 in English. Quaileth. Hello, hello. It is not in English. It is in Latin. Luckily, I can still read Latin, so that's not a problem. Also, me IRL. Sort of. Not well. It's rusty. I was reminded the other day how much medieval W's are just the worst thing in the world. What do you mean? Yep. Yep. Sadly, if only that was the good... If that was the worst of it, we would be totally fine. Well, we're gonna read that right away, but, unfortunately... Charter hand W's are the bane of my existence, and I do not enjoy them. That's not helpful. That's not a helpful desk. I'll show you once I get this next thing rolling. Go there. Plus Faust, yes. An Auroral there, and I can read that. Okay. We are... Let me find one while this ticks away. It's ticking at 1x speed, so I shouldn't have a problem. Let's see. Is this gonna showcase it? Potentially? Quantum... No, no. Are there any W's in there? There are not any W's in there somehow. There's a lot of terrible letters, but sorry, I am talking to myself. You cannot see what I am looking at. But it doesn't super matter because I'm still looking for the terrible unreadable things. That might have one. Actually, that's a remarkably fine one. Let me find the ones we were actually looking at then. Give me just a second. And... reading a quote from mid-16th century English and like the use of you versus v was kind of arbitrary? It's 100% arbitrary. There is no rhyme or reason between when they use you and when they use v. They just both exist, both stand for both letters, just go for it. Where did I put that? Hello. Oh, no, hang on. There's a fine for uwus. Hang on. Tier 3 subscribers get the right to have uwu emotes. Taken from actual medieval merch, or not medieval. In that case, it's a fairly modern Ethiopian magical charm. But from actual historical manuscript art. That one? Yeah. I don't remember which manuscript this is, unfortunately. But, I don't know if this will work. I'm gonna try and showcase it on camera, and then if it doesn't work, I'll, like, figure out which, manuscript we were actually looking at and go from there. There's no way this is gonna work, but we're gonna try it anyway. Nope, that is fully not working. Alright. Let me... Of course, you know, I can find dozens of medieval manuscripts at a moment's notice, but if I'm trying to find the exact one that I need, that showcases it perfectly, not a darn clue. How big is that image? Does that... maybe these are W's? Oh, actually, there are W's in this one. There we go. Success. Great joy, and by great joy I mean great suffering, for everyone else. There we go. So. Right there. Right? He had something. Hans brought Seth. I believe that's a W right there for was. This is Old English though, or very early Middle English. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are all W's. Right there for Wenda. With, yeah, that's 100%. A loop, a big hook, and then 2 loops. You can't actually see my cursor, can you? Now you can. This letter. Right there. That is a W in medieval English manuscript hands. Could you identify that as a W? I couldn't. I repeatedly failed to. What is this? This is a Brute Chronicle. I've got a printout from the workshop I was at, of just paleography, medieval English paleography, which is telling, let's see, how King Arthur fought with a giant in Spain that was called Venabus, that which dwelled. Is that dwelled? Quelled? Fair creature that was. King. Uh, King Hola? The cousin of. Something. Brittany that. It doesn't matter. Right? It's a King Arthur one, right? Which sometimes had a beautiful, beautiful W that you can make sense with, no problem. So in one line it has what looks exactly like a modern W for the word while. And then 2 lines later has this weird loopy thing that looks like 2 capital B's smushed next to each other. And that's this W in a later stage. So, you know, the conclusion is that medieval paleography is a nightmare. Don't worry about it. Anywho, where were we? Having rapidly digressed from our intentions, we got a musician. Cool. Am I able to do a lot with a musician? I don't know if I'm able to do very much with a musician, but we've got a chance. There's Sky and Rose and Nectar. So I mean, the Rose and Nectar both can head directions I like. Yeah. All you saw was the letters F, Poe, and Crest repeating over and over? Yeah. And yet you feel this urge to delve into these... Look, I'm not going to stop you because I made that mistake. But let me just warn you. Charterhand, from the very late Middle Ages, in English manuscripts, is one of the worst things I've ever read. Especially in actual charters, where they are like more flourished than actual letter. And you're just like, what is this supposed to do? How? Did I already use my... Cool, so got a plus fet there, so I can get up to 7 very easily. Yeah, I can get up to 8 rows really easily. 8 nectar is going to be wildly more difficult. There's 5. Well, actually, I can use food and drink. Right? Because food is typically worth nectar. So I can give him a whole basket of leeks. Or something. Dandelion wine? Bottles of dandelion wine. Turn out to be the solution. Okay. Great. Let's see. I can collaborate with a memory, an element of the soul, a tool, a beverage, and a food. So, Let's get a bunch of this crap out of the way. And let's see what I can do in terms of pouring this man a drink. Get this man something to drink ASAP. There's that. I don't suppose there's a way to serve a leek rather than a whole basket of leeks. I would love to not... Okay, I can use the cuckoo honey instead. That's not the greatest use of it, but also moth is way easier to get than nectar, so I don't super care. I don't think I super care. Oh, and did they fix the... Nope, the Iron Row is still just a thing. Okay. So it goes. I also got quite a bit of honey. Right, I've got honey, honey, cuckoo honey, honey, honey. And bees. Oh, or pickled mushrooms. Great. Something I really don't care about. There we go. And we have finished reading a book. Hooray. We have gotten, let's see. Bancroft seems to have been a talented adept, but devoted his energies to frustrating whimsical projects, arranging grape-fetching races between Mansa spirits, teaching percussicants to juggle, conjuring storms of imaginary blossoms for the Rose Witch Ayrshire, who resolutely refused to ever couple with him. Bancroft spends 20 pages bemoaning this last. You like pickled mushrooms? More power to you. Pickled mushrooms, my mortal enemy. The two states of being. The mantra required here is a high and exacting magic, which can be used to pledge one's spirit to the Watchman, beginning in ascent to the house. Bancroft boasts of his ability to recite it when in his cups. He also is set to music for a performance with fireworks at Vauxhall Gardens. Well, that was exciting. What things can we add to our catalog for that? Watchman, mantras, juggling? We're just gonna put that as a juggling question mark. And then that's gonna go into the reading room once we identify what memory we're gonna get for it. We get a lesson in hieroglyphics, and we'll get a memory of foresight. So let me add that, which is 2 forge, 1 lantern. Ta-da! Collect all. And then we run over to the reading room real quick and we can store this on the shelf. And then we have also finished another book. In the original myth, Marsyas lost the musical contest and was flayed by Apollo, who later regretted it. In this version, Marsyas' skin has a further history. The skin of Marsyas gives oracles, and is later smuggled to Phrygia, where the priestesses of Cybele use it for a drum. At the climax, the striking of the drum drives would-be violators of the priestess to suicide madness. The opera ends with a wistful hymn from the youngest priestess on the beauty of mountain pines. No, ZX the Almighty, this is I'm 90% sure this is a fictional myth. Let's see if Marsyas happens to pull up anything. Oh no, sorry, it's a real one. Sorry, no, it's actually an actual story. Who's it tested in? Yeah, let's pull it over to the other thing. Thank you, Theo, for helping out. So, unfortunately, yes, Apollo did flay people, is the takeaway from this. Thank you, Theo. Was a Phrygian satyr who invented the music of the flute. He found the very first flute which had been crafted by Castaway by Athena, who had been displeased by the bloating of the cheeks. Marsyas later challenged Apollo to a musical contest, but lost when the god demanded they play their instruments upside down. That's cheating. As a flute player, I don't agree. Let's see. So, it is recorded in Apollodorus, and Pelophon, and Diodorus, and Pausias, and Herodotus, and Xenophon, and Plutarch, and Ovid. Damn. Alright. Alright. That's quite a lot of, finds. Yeah, okay, Pseudo-Apollodorus, Telestes, Herodotus, Plato, Diodorus Siculus, Strabo, Pausanias, Plutarch, again, Ptolemy Hephaestion, Aelian, Philostratus the Elder, Philostratus the Younger, Pseudo-Hyginus again, Ovid, the Pliny the Elder, Stadius, Nonnus. Flute is an instrument I play. So, turns out it's an extremely well-attested one, and I'm just oblivious to the wide stretches of Greek myth. Hooray. So, that being said, I admit my ignorance, this checks out completely. Right, the idea that there would be, 17th century, 18th century opera that significantly expands the story. And adds like an entire arc on the miraculous power of the skin of Marsyas, and overwrought depictions of suicidal badness. Yeah, that sounds like early modern opera to me. It just generally checks out. Okay, well, let's add some stuff. So with Storm, which is great, because that's Hardened Sky. Have we read it? Yes. Storm. 2. Hard. Typing is hard. 2. Sky. Opera. Honestly, I don't have anything really to add to that, right? It's a libretto on a mythological tragedy that's also an opera. Those are good content notes right there. We nailed it on the first try. Also a lot of fun. For everyone except Marsyas. Let's catalog another book. Because it is getting into the afternoon. And so we want to make sure we're cataloging, trying to find a use for these memories. I don't know what we're going to use these memories on, but we're going to figure something out. Okay. We have a thing that I can read. Let's go. I wish I was this cool. Mystery Grail. Okay. Well, I mean, I can do it. It's just somewhat annoying. Okay. Correa's note this was written in Ovid, who was the Andrew Day of the 1st century BC. Take everything you wrote with that in mind. I'm not quite that harsh on Ovid, but that is very funny. Anyway, Devour Tantra. Okay. The Devoured Tantra. Schaller. Was it John Franklin? Nope, Stanislav John. Stanislav John. Curia. Mystery is Grail. 6. Sanskrit. Codex. Dana. Charism? Past that, we don't know. Like, there's not a lot of detail on that material. Where did I put the other tantras? Are they in the reading room? Where did I put? No, they are in the Westcott room. No, I talked about Prester John during a Pentiment stream. The fictional... Definitely King of Ethiopia, yep. The extremely wise, definitely real King of Ethiopia and or other places, Prester John. Okay, so, do I have a lot to do with the pyroglyphic? Because I've already got good forges and lanterns, so I don't know that I need to do a lot with this besides upgrading, using it to upgrade things that are already good. Do have a decent amount of forge and lantern access though right now, so it's a good one to try and upgrade right away. Especially things that are, you know, not assigned. Or not attuned to anything. Watchman's Paradoxes is not attuned. Yeah. That seems like the big one that's not attuned right now. In those categories. Or the Inks of Revelation. Let's do the Inks of Revelation. Those look... That's a stranger, less common thing. So I can use that, and... Don't tell me I don't have a Faust right now. I don't have a... Can I use a Trist for that? Yes, I can. Let's go. And, I have a traveling musician's assistance. Great. So you're going to go dive into a well. Don't mind me. Okay, have fun. Cool, so that upgraded Inks of Revelation to level 2, which is good. I don't think I have anywhere to assign it yet. Ithistry and Hushery? The Bosk. Yeah, the Bosk is the only one that's not at level 2 yet. So I need to get at least up to level 3 for that for anything to happen. Okay. My store memory is just going to go poof because I don't really have anything to spend it on. And that's okay. Ooh, that's spooky. Let's go. A Gleophone scented candle. That's a good candle right there. Holy moly. Well descent. Rungs line the well side. There's one lead down to the oldest part of the isle, to the shrines of the sisterhood. It may be that the servants of the DeWolf family still came here in secret, even while they paid lip service to the rites of the unconquered sun. Hey, game? Don't do a secret paganism on me. Don't think I can't see that. Honestly. We can catalog one more book before the night's up. I could also dream on Storm. We might do that. Where's my bed? Is this my bed? No, that's the guest bed. Where's my current bed? That's my bed. Night has not yet fallen, but once it has I can rest and perhaps dream on the day's doing. Okay. I need to wait until it's officially sunset. So in the meantime, another book? Isn't the Unconquered Sun the thing, that Constantine supposedly worshipped before his conversion? Yes. Asterisk. So, in the context of this game, no. Historically, yes. Unconquered Sun is a direct translation of Sol Invictus. And Sol Invictus is supposedly also, I believe, briefly Julian the Apostate? Tried to revive worship of? Supposedly. It's complicated. There's a lot of work on Julian recently that I am not caught up on, so I won't say anything too strongly about him. Really? Doesn't say night has fallen yet? It is literally It is literally almost midnight. What are you talking about, game? Fine. There's that. And I can use a whist on that. And there's that. Cool. Oh! Guess what I can't... Oh, wait, is this film reel? Yeah, it is. I can actually look at that. I can't understand it, but, you know, I can look at it. Huh. That's interesting. Ilsa Bischoff's hallucinatory quasi-documentary, notionally about the Greco-Turkish War of the previous decade. So, I love... No, I actually love how open they are to using his just literally filing off the serial numbers, adding a spooky layer, and otherwise saying, yeah, this is just the same history as what you know. Right, they do this, right, like King Henry VIII still breaks the monasteries. There still is a Greco-Turkish war. The phonograph is still invented in the early 1800s. Everything still basically runs. Like, World War I still happens. Everything is basically the same. It's just you know, there's a spooky layer on top of it. All right, ZX. I will see you later. So let's catalog our Huh. I thought I heard something over there. Let's catalog our just reel of film. The Open Head. This is Nocturnal. Its mystery is Edge 8. It isn't written in Hyksos. It is a film reel. It is not expensive at all. Turkish War. Quasar documentaries. We're gonna say surrealism instead of hallucinatory. just for the sake of grouping it with other things in a similar movement. None. This is going to be in... What room is this? The Patience Lounge. And now we put it back in here. Nice. Her memory like a flambeau, safe through the mazes of night. Wait. Ooh, a new book. Well, chat, should we buy this new book? What do you think? What do you think? Besides the answer being yes, because everything Oriflammes has is something we want, there's actually a very good reason. Always buy new books, of course. But there's actually like a particular reason why we'd want to buy this book. Right? So the actual logic here, if we click into the catalog, we go Control F. Come on. You love buying new books. Exactly. If we look for, you know, maybe that name. Faith, there's an antiquarian book fair where I live this weekend. You think I'm not going to have stories to tell on Saturday? Or, I guess, Saturday we're doing a different game. On Sunday, when we're back to this game? Right, we've got Just Verse, we've got Traveling at Night Volume 2, we've got The Radical Measure. Oh, it's one of the biggest antiquarian book fairs in the United States. Oh, it's going to be a great time. My budget is about $20, unless if you'll radically suddenly start gifting a lot of subs. Don't do that, actually. Please don't give lots of subs just so I have spending money to buy books. That's not what that's for. But also, I'm not telling you to do that. It would be a lot of tier 3 subs. Rare books are expensive. Antiquarian books are either, you know, they're worthless, so you get them for like $5. Or they cost $12,000 and there is no in between. Sorry, was I about not doing it? I take it all back. Thank you for the 3 tier 1 gifted subs. So Dildrum, Under the Constellations, and Pack-a-Cat. Enjoy your emotes. Anyway. So. Observe, we've got several books by Christopher Illipoli. We happen to know that Christopher Illipoli has previously done research at Hush House, and is related to one of the librarians of Hush House. And we have the previous volume of the particular book that Oriflammes is selling. All that is to say, Traveling at Night Volume 3 is absolutely 100% within the sorts of the space of collecting strengths of this particular library, and therefore is 100% of the time something that we should try and pick up. Obviously, that's not taking a lot out of our budget. It's literally one Spintria out of our current budget of 14. So it's not costing us very much. But it is filling a current gap in our collection, and is therefore absolutely something we want to get. So we will go get it after this ad break. We try and do this, you know, every hour-ish, hour and a half. so that I get time to stand up and stretch, and if needed, get more liquids. Not needed right now, but still stretching good. So I encourage you all to do the same. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes, so do not go anywhere. Just leave you as always with them, and we'll be back soon. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that very brief ad break. If you are just tuning in, welcome. As always, I am Adam. We are returning to Book of Hours today. If you've not heard about this game, it's actually low-key one of my favorite games this year. Basically, right, it's a Rare Books Librarian Simulator. I'm a Rare Books Librarian. So I am doing my job, but in a video game. And it is just so much fun. I have a great time doing it. So if you are enjoying this and enjoy the sorts of history content we do here on Ludo History, make sure you hit the follow button to be notified for when we play different history games. We've got ridiculously stacked end of the year. We got Dragon Age Origins. We got Total War Pharaoh. We got Last Train Home. We got the Thaumaturge. All coming up before the end of the year. So, you know, big, chunky history and historical fantasy games. The big stuff. So if you want to help support the channel, to make all those as good as they can be, please do consider subscribing to help support us. All subs, gifted subs, cheered bits, etc. unlock huge bonus perks and go straight back into the channel to improve the content we do, improve the research I do, and all that good stuff. So if you also want to support it, you can also head over to patreon.com/ludohistory or click on the link in chat, where for as little as $2 a month, you can help support the channel and unlock some extra perks, or for just $25 a month, you can make me play your favorite historical or historical adjacent game. Thank you to Faith and Goen for that, to make us play Dragon Age Origins starting 1 week from today. Cool. Let's hop back into the game, because it is very good. IDK, you're going to beat all those games? We're going to take our time. And we're going to still be playing them at the start of 2024. Oh yeah, also 2024 is Year of the Weeb, so we need to make progress on that. We're going to do a big giant... Let's head back this way. Just a heads up in terms of longer term plans. Across the entire year of 2024, we're going to be exploring Japanese history through games, with a couple of pretty big RPGs set in Japan coming up. So, between, what is it, Team Ninja's Ronin, and, assuming it doesn't get delayed, Assassin's Creed Red. So, you know, we're gonna have a lot of stuff there coming up as well. It's a time period I know virtually nothing about, so it'll be a good time. We'll learn together. Collaborative. Good stuff. Okay, now, where were we? Oh yes, we just purchased a book, because, you know, that's good. Also, I realize only now that we are weirdly zoomed in. You've been missing all sorts of stuff on the edges of the screen. I don't know why the game decided to become big all of a sudden. It had no right to do that. So, we fix that now. Sort of. What the heck's it doing? Why is the game... That's so weird. You don't know if Like a Dragon Ishin should be on the list or avoided like the plague? Oh, it is 100% on the list. Are you kidding me? Is the history in it good? No, but that's why it's not the only game about the early Meiji that we're going to be playing. And frankly, I just want definitely not Kiryu content on the channel. I know technically he's supposed to be, what, Ryoma Sakamoto? But he's also Kazuma Kiryu. And I think that'll be very funny. So, you know. Sunny. Okay. Is the history worse than Fall? The difference is that Like a Dragon refuses to take itself anything that could even vaguely be mistaken for seriously. Kiryu playing Saito Hajime is... okay, I can see it. Look, I am super excited because the game seems to worry about its historicity not at all, and just have fun with it. And frankly, we need some of those. Some of these events are historical, but some of these people exist, but this is entirely fiction. Yep. I'm hoping. My hope for that game, when we get to it in, like, you know, a year from now, is that it falls under the category of what I consider a high-effort shitpost. Because I think high-effort shitposts are, you know, good, actually. Oh. Huh. Exactly. Knight's Tale is 100% a high effort shitpost. The Mummy 1999 is a high effort shitpost. Great Ace Attorney Chronicles is a high effort shitpost. And we love that about the Mummy. We love that about every single thing I just said. They put a lot of work into it, and then they just also do nonsense. Okay. But let us pause on that to take a look at cataloging a book. Cucurbit Prisoner Records 1927. The Governor Colors Secretary of Nocturnal. You still want the medieval Norse Ace Attorney you suggested? Hey, I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you, it would be real good. Okay. Codex. Okay. Cucurbit, Prison, Hush House, and Carapace Cross. The Mummy was a test of a lot of people's sexual orientation. So many bi awakenings directly caused by that film. That is a fact. And that is, you know. I'd also observe the amount of shipping that goes on in, the Great Ace Attorney circles. And I'm starting to become tempted to say that that's just a feature of the genre. Right? Like, I think it's a feature of, you know, good history shiphosts that they are, you know, prime shipping material. Okay. No. I did not know that the 2013 Tomb Raider was written by Terry Pratchett's... Sorry, Sir Terry Pratchett's daughter. That's a good game, though. That's a very good game. Okay. Let's, I guess, get this. The Locksmith stream. In curses. Was it Galmier? Galmier. Teresa. Nocturnal. A Lantern. 6. It is written in English. It's also a codex. Okay. And now for the content tags. The fifth and final volume of Teresa Golmier's notorious work, which began an examination of parallels in the mystic dreams of artisans, but became an account of her own occult journey. This volume was never published, nor, apparently, even written. Well, help. What were the other one? Hang on. Locksmith Dreams, Trespasses. Let's correct that. We're just gonna copy this for now. We're gonna read that right away. We deny this book that you are reading exists. Exactly. And where did I put the other volume of it that we have? Locksmith Dreams. Oh. Heck. No. Luckily, I just copied it. So, Long Tower Solomon Study. Wait, what? Okay. That's gonna go into the Long Tower. Sure. The Mansis, being the Mansis, it's entirely possible that it doesn't / didn't / will not. Exactly. Sometimes it just be like that. Don't worry about it too much. Worry about it a little bit, but not too much. Ugh, I'm gonna have to make more space. Heck, that shelf is full. Oh boy. Okay. Never mind that then. Cool. Well, that's a problem for me after I finish reading it. That should be 6, which matches. Hooray. And let's read another one. Consider the book. Boop. I'm sure this is all fine. Nothing bad can possibly happen, right? Right. So what do we get? A consulting engineer. Forge, Sky, and Lantern. We do need Sky. What tools do I have to really boost Sky right now? I feel like I don't have a lot. Right? Because I don't have a lot of... Do any of the pieces of... Well, I've got a couple of memories that can do it. So that's something. What level of Sky would I need to get? Right, because who else do you use? You do Lantern as the other one. 11 for that. 10 for that. Or 10 for that. So I need to get up to 10. Let's take a look at this. There's 4. Sunny is 6. So I need to locate 4 more Sky. Mostly from food and drink. Nothing there, nothing there. We may have to get creative about this. Well, there's a tool, or that's a light. That's not helpful. Or as helpful as I had hoped. There is a tool? Not there. We're gonna have to figure this one... Because I don't want to spend money on someone if I can't actually do anything. That's a liquid, but that's not a drink. That's Greyland Heart, which is good, but not what I'm looking for. That's gonna be tricky. That's all nectar all the way. That's poison, so that's not helpful. I'm really not having a lot of luck here. Any liquid can be a drink if you're determined enough. You're not wrong, I guess. Oh, that doesn't count. That counts as made of wood, not as a tool. Tragic. Gosh, yeah, I'm having no luck finding sky things. Like a hurricane lamp is what I've got. That's about the most sky-filled thing I've got. Which is not super helpful. Unless there's something... Wow. The Ink of Revelation. And, yep. Yep, that's it. A year tally, not helpful. An urn of ashes, also not helpful. Huh. Yeah. I'm amazed at how I have absolutely nothing with sky. Because I'm actually able to do quite a bit of sky stuff with my skills. I just don't have a lot of stuff among the things that are useful for assistance. There's a packet of tea that I could brew. So there's another one. Yeah, okay. I could try and hurriedly craft something, but I don't know the crafting well enough to be able to guarantee that it's, you know, the right thing or enough of it. The pigeon statuette shall save me. That was not in tune. Ah. Player was needed to open it, but that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to open the stopped clock. I can also do Forge to do the stopped clock. Forge is way easier. And you have Forge. Okay, new strategy. New strategy. How do we get up to Forge? We've got plus metal, so there's 7. If we do a thing, we can read a book that gives us Forge to get up to 9. There's plenty of those. And then I just have to have one thing with one Forge. One thing with one Forge. There's gotta be one somewhere, right? Right. Right? Please? Please? Even a little bit? Where's the blacksmith? That's the blacksmith. There's a tool with a forge. Done. Easy peasy. What book do I need to read? That's the next question. The one I just read. So, the Bancroft Diaries in the reading room is going to give me what I need. I can use a health to read that. There we go. Collect. Hooray. Ooh. Again, a great book. Snare of the Tree. Collected Proverbs of Aunt Mopsy. Once in the wood we call it a visit. Twice in the wood we call a journey. Thrice we call coming home. Surprisingly cheap for a consulting engineer. You've worked with a few and that's a very good price. Well, our annual wages is £1. So it better be a good price. Snare of the Tree. Alright, to the catalog. Snare of the Tree. Collected Proverbs of Aunt Mopsy. Mopsy. It's, yeah. Turns out it's a niche field, and the 7 people are having a hard time getting a union going. Tally price. Not. We have Proverbs. We have... What else do we have? We have The Woods. And that's all we got right now. We're going to read it, so I'm not going to put anything in there yet. We're going to put it in the reading room when it's done, though. Cool. Let's go ahead and read that again. Consider that. I need to get up to Grail 8. Well, there's 3 of them. Heck. I need a memory. I need a memory to get up to 8. Because that's only 3. Which means that's a total of 6. Which means I need to read something else first. What's going to give me Grail? Let's find out. I need 2 Grail at that. Let's see. 2 Forge, 1 Lantern, 2 Edge, 1 Moon, 2 Forge, 2 Moon, 2 Moth, 2 Forge, 2 Lantern, 2 Heart, 2 Moth, Moon, Rose, and Sky, 2 Heart, 2 Lantern, 2 Do I not have one? Do I not have a way to get to a mere 8 Grail? That's tough. I mean, the answer is, of course, that we should not worry too much about that. And we should look for a good we'll hope for a good opportunity. Because we should have something else that gives... Yeah, we've got Arab that can give Grail as well when we need it. So we just need a decent opportunity, as in not 3 weathers in a row. I believe in us. So we're gonna take a look again at what actually does that. What gives us 1? Gossip. So the map room. The Borderland chart. There we go. Then I need to do this. There you go. We'll let that tick on. We're gonna get our clock opened up. It'll be a good time. We've also got a couple of books left to catalog, so we'll have to do that again pretty soon. We're almost caught up on cataloging, though. And that, well, no. No, that's just an untrue sentence. I got way ahead of myself. I was like, we're down to the last 2. Yep, the last 2. Definitely. I know what I'm talking about. Right? There's so much cataloging to do. This is... I just think we haven't really had a chance to reprocess any of it. Actually, we've been doing a pretty good job on sort of working through our backlog, reprocessing stuff, as we read stuff, getting that caught up. Like, we've been doing a genuinely okay job at that. The problem is, of course, that we still have a backlog. And if anyone is, you know, surprised about that, I think you haven't worked in a library before. Like, that's just part of the... part and parcel of the course. Boop. Have that. What are the other things you can do? You can... What can you collaborate with? You can use fuel. That's the new thing for you. Alright. It doesn't super matter because we're fine. Okay, let's go a little bit faster. Boop. Collect all of those. Backlog is just an eternal mood in other professions as well, or hobbies, or life in general. Yeah. Yeah. And we got that gossip again, which is great for me. Let's go to one thing that can use... a desk that can use... Grail? Hello? Desk that can use Grail, where are you? Nope. Desk that can use Grail? Nope. Not that one either. You got so many... Look, reading books... At this point, I don't even count that. Because that I just assume I have more and more and more things. Oh, I could try and use a tool or an ink. Do I have a Grail giving tool? I feel like I don't. Oh yes, that's a sky. That's a lantern. That's a forge. That's a moth. That's still an edge. That's also an edge. What is the point of giving me two saws and a weird ampule? That's nectar, which makes sense. The lunar globe, which is very powerful, but also not what I'm looking for. Yeah, okay. Just kinda gotta wing it. It happens. Oh, that's a tool. That's hard. It's neat that that's a tool, though. Well, just don't be bad. I think that's my takeaway. It'll be fine, right? What could possibly go wrong? Oh, good. And now we have got that back. And since we've got that back, this is an easy read. So let's do that too, and then we'll catalog the whole thing. Okay, another red book. Revelations. What book are we reading? The Lofmouth Dream, in Cursus, Volume 5 of a 4-volume set. The law goes all the way back to the stone. The keys cannot be held or owned. This had, I believe, the unexpected consequence that those outside the law may hold and own them. But even they cannot keep them. Of course, a key is no more physical than a spirit, but a spirit maybe has no body, and I have touched a key with my own hand. I don't understand what's happening. So the Legians hold the keys. I thought the Legians only old and powerful transgressors of the crime of the sky. But I begin to understand that the crime of the sky is more even than it seems, and why a twin, who unite what is not to be divided, might accept a Legian as her name. God, the lore, the capital L lore of this game does fully confuse me. I'm not bothered, because, it's the point. It is the point that this is confusing. But also, oh boy. Okay. Well, Lostmas Dream and Cursus. Let's add to it, I guess. The laws, keys, legates. Have we read it? Yes, for whatever it's worth. Oh, we got another one with Confounding Parable, right? Yes, Control C. Control V. Voila. Need to pay attention to that. And let's go. Let's hop back in. It's a good memory to pick up. Like, 2 sky, 2 rose, 2 moon. Very good. Who finished? You finished. Great. Time to unlock another room. This one I feel like, you know, getting the random consulting engineer, or getting the random poet to go dive down a well, like, that's rough, buddy. Getting a consulting engineer to fix a clock feels much more, appropriate? Kind? Not an abuse of hiring someone? Alright, now. How's our problem gonna do? We've got an opportunity. Extra effort soul. Great, we win. A random epiphany, which is not gonna help me, but it doesn't matter because we have both relevant furniture and a relevant soul part. I think, yeah, we still got an Arab, so that's fine. There. I win. We did it! Alright, so the book was The Snare of the Tree. The Proverbs of Atmopsy. Every timber has its knots, the straight and the crooked both. Every weave is more absence than thread. You can't keep nowhere out, any more than you can keep somewhere in. When the cuckoo learns the nightingale's song, our sleep is sweeter than honey. Neat. Another confounding parable. Let's go. Like tomorrow, it'll probably be working on a sewer or something. Yeah, fair enough. Poor poet. Think of sending the poet down the well as inspiration for their work. Yep, traumatizing them with spooks and spiders. Inspiration. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Have we read it? Yes. Do I need to add any more information here? No. But that's another confounding parable for the record. Yoink. God, I've got 2 confounding parables and nowhere to spend them on. Oh, heck. I forgot about this. I need to find somewhere to put everything. And this doesn't fit. Well, alright. We're going to move in the Mali area. Even though that's thematically relevant to other things in that room. In the Mali area. Let's move that while we're paying attention. In the Mali. You know what? Fine. Fine. There we go. That's going to go into the reading room. See? It's important to keep your data accurate. Otherwise, things get misshelved, and you're like, oh no, where is it? When you actually need any of it. Cool. So much for that. Algebraic euphonies. I don't think is a lesson I care about that much. Right? I guess the main reason I might care about it is that all of my other Grail skills are committed. Yeah. I guess it does make sense to learn this one, because all the other Grail skills are committed elsewhere. I think most of the relevant Sky skills are also committed somewhere else. So that gives me opportunities for a higher ranking thing. The Sacra Solis Invicti is not trapped in things, but I can upgrade that one. Should be able to upgrade that one actually pretty soon without too much problem. Oh, yeah, we just unlocked a new room. Clock Tower. The Tower Clock. George Collars, governor of Brancrog Gowl, undersaw the design and installation of this great clock with the reluctant help of librarian Serena Blackwood. She might have refused outright had she known how he intended to use the horologist techniques for his so-called condignator. So the room's old, but the thing itself isn't. Okay. Paramachistry, and then a bunch of winter and sky stuff. And electrics. And a bird. Hello, bird. Game zoomed in again. Why does the game keep doing this? That's... And then again, I'm also not sure why the game is in ultra-wide. Even though it's not actually in ultra-wide. So, you know. Oh, well, fixed, I suppose. Oh, You know what it probably is? There's probably a keyboard shortcut in OBS that's zoomed to fit that I'm accidentally hitting in all my clicking in and out. Thank you for calling that out, though. Cool. We have a new thing. We've also got a lot of stuff to consider at speed. Oh boy. To the catalog. With this pretty intense music for the catalog. You have so many books to read at the moment, like ordering books from your local library, thinking you can read them all, and then returning them unread. That's a classic of right there. We've all done that. Let's take a look at what we have to read. So. The Anti-Dream Returns of Christopher Illipoli, something else the only readable occultist. Literate, entertaining, bewildering. Illipoli's disquisitions on fire and the unburnt god are interrupted by passages of distractingly erotic poetry addressed to Baldemara. Quote, to reach the stag door, I believe that all you really need is to want something enough. But I never wanted anything that much, except of course Baldemara, and I'm very much afraid that the nod in this story is this. What Baldemara wants is the stag door. But here's something I learned in Persia. Perhaps it'll teach you what you want. Well, this is going to be a confusing catalog entry. I got nothing. We're gonna throw it into the reading room for now. I'll have to fix this real soon. Because it's gonna annoy me that it's in a different spot than all of its friends. Memory is pattern, which is, I believe, what was it, 2 knock, 1 forge? Yep, 1 forge, 2 knock. Seems perfectly ordinary to you. As a professional, I can sure say no. Not quite. We're gonna put that in the reading room because, dang it, I don't have a better spot. Wow, the reading room's filling up real fast. I was like, I have so much space in this reading room. And then I don't. Ooh, you recently bought the entirety of the original Sherlock Holmes novels in a single book? That's pretty cool. Yeah. At my parents' place, we've got a 2-volume set of all the stories. Right, so the 4 books plus the different sets of stories all lumped together being like, yeah, go for it. So I decided it was probably worth picking up this because I don't have a grail that I can ascend to level or don't have a thing to go to level 4. You have one of those 2 book sets, you love it? Yeah, they're good fun. It's a good way to get a whole bunch of Sherlock Holmes at speed. The other option... Okay, so this is Forge and Knock. What other good knocks do I have? There's that one. What do I need to pick up? What do I need to get through really fast? So I can use Sacra Solis Invicti. with a relevant effort. Do I have a relevant effort anymore? Did I use them all? No, I can use West. Cool. I need to use Sky. Like that. Lasering and Lightsmithing. And I can use... It doesn't really matter. I can use either of these to upgrade. I really like the music in this game. Everything's such a jam. Cool, so that upgrades that to level 3, which is great. Alphabright Euphonies, I don't need to do anything with. I can afford to lose the memory pattern. Yeah. I can just afford to lose that, and that's okay. That being said, if I can fit it, I should. For 3, that's level 3, I can go into Horror Macastry or Illumination. Okay. What do I want to do with that, though? Do I have any others that are knock? Edict's Liminal, but you're already committed, so it doesn't super matter. Am I committing? I guess the real question is, what things do I want to, instead of commit, what things do I want to be not committed? I guess we'll just do this then. And just accept we're losing that. Every few months here, a local women's magazine, think like Cosmopolitan, just gives a lot of classic books, and they had several Sherlock Holmes collections. That's... Ooh, that's of the Bossk. That's actually super duper valuable. Wait, that was great. That worked out way better than expected. Ta-da! I love when that works out, when things work out better than expected. Gotcha, you've already got you, which is Hushery and Preservation. Yeah, that can work. Got that already, so I can use that to upgrade with that if I get with relevant. Not you. Could use a couple of relevant memories. Could do that. With knock or heart. Okay. Okay. We're getting a plan. The plan is that we're going to take a break from unlocking rooms for a moment to try and super fast upgrade a couple of these skills. And maybe earn some cash back. Because, oh no, a 10 shilling note, a shilling, and then 9 pence. Not exactly winning awards here. Like, 11 shilling 9 pence is not a lot of money. So maybe we should try and focus on earning some cash. Just for a moment. And then also get some of these improved. What's my strategy? So if the next one I'm trying to upgrade is surgeries and exsanguinations, I need I need one memory that is either heart or knock. Cool. I can use Storm for that, so the libretto we just read, Apollo and Marcius, is going to fulfill that beautifully. Now that's something that our library so far has actually been very bad at getting. One of our I talk a fair bit about how libraries have collecting strengths, right? We've got a bit of a collecting weakness. And that is that we don't have a lot of like contemporary fiction. That's just not something on our radar. Which is probably fine. Like, nothing actually says we need to have that as a collecting strength. In fact, it's probably good that there are libraries that are not, you know, circulating in anything resembling popular fiction. But we do have some, like, historic children's lit. And that's about as close as we get. We are focusing a little bit on the dangerous cult books. Yeah. 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 I'm not saying it's good for us, but I'm not saying it's bad for us either. Whoop. Sixpence. That gives us another shilling. And 2 shillings is a florin. Alright, so that gives me that. We now have a level 2, surgeries and exsanguinations. Ta-da! So now we need 2 memories. So guess what we're reading again? Did you guess the that? We also need to read another book. Oh, that gives us knock. So, the one we just read, the Traveling at Night Volume 3, which is currently, sadly, in our reading room as well. Traveling by Night Volume 3. God, I am at the point where I am like, I've gotta actually do something about this. We're also focusing on, like, gem treatises and other such stuff, which is a bit also weird. Oh. That just gives me a random memory. Well, that's not... That's fine, but, it's not what I'm going for. So shopped is my knock one, so I don't want to use that. 6 worth of odd jobs. There we go. Alright. Collect all those again. Collect all those again. Go here. Consider that. Use that. Use this. Use this. And use this. All told, updates this to level 3. Also, this skill is good against infestations. I mean, that's not helpful because I need winter to deal with the infestation I've gotten far and away the most of. But you know, at least it is a skill that is good at infestations. Then I need Storm again for Applebright Euphonies. At some point, this guy is just going to be like, this is the worst. I am so tired of reading this book. This poor librarian has read the same book 4 times in the space of a day. Just back to back to back to back. It's a very good book. It's a libretto. I don't... I wouldn't quite go that far. Sounds like studying for a history test? Yeah, I would never study for a history test by just reading something back to back to back to back. That sounds like a good way to not enjoy yourself. Which admittedly it's studying, I don't know for a test. I don't know that there's supposed to be an enjoying yourself part of it. That sounds like an unusually bad time. Anyway, this one is the Bossk. That would give me another Arab. That gives me 4 Arabs. That's pretty good, honestly. I'm not gonna be mad about that. And I just need to get something else on this part of the tree, right? Like, that is the only one left, so regardless, I want to do that. Then, I'm gonna take a look here to see if either of these can go onto the tree. They sure can't. So that one is saving up for rank 4. Surgery's Index Sanguinations is waiting up for rank 4 to end up either on here or... Wait. You're supposed to be able to. Yeah, you can go in Hushery. What am I talking about? Which would give me another Whist. So that would give me 4 Whist. I don't know that I love that. I don't know... I don't really need Whist that badly. I would rather... I'd rather try and find something that gets me a 3rd Shapt. Let's see if the Sacra Solis Invictis helps at all. That gives me another Faust. Also good. Like, I'm not mad about that. That's Fat. That'll give me a 4th Fat. Fat is Rose. I don't like either of these that much. Oh well. We'll commit them. What's the other one? Preservation? Okay, I'm gonna save this one up for rank 4, actually. That's committed. Can I sort these by rank? I would love to sort these by rank. Yeah. You're committed, you're committed. You're committed, you're committed. You're committed, you're committed. You're committed. You're not committed, but that's intentional. You're committed. You're committed. You're committed. You're committed. You're committed. You're committed. You're uncommitted. So that's kind of the next one to build up, right? See if one of those helps. Oh boy. Well, it's progress. Right. Lots and lots of progress. Whew. I could try and... Could try looking at upgrading some of these, or I could save them right now. Ah, that's always the challenge, isn't it? I could try and get this up to a ++ Faust, but I don't need Lantern for anything right now. Like, Winter is frankly much more useful. And I don't want to use up all of my things to end up with one guy. Okay. Well, back to the usual plan. Maybe they're trying to memorize the libretto to perform themselves, you know? It's a good point. Okay. You know, why don't, at that point, we take our actually, I think that may actually be where we need to call it for today, just because I've got a bunch of other stuff that needs doing, and we're already at 2.5 hours. How time does fly when we are having fun. We've... More importantly, I'm, trying to put off cataloging all the medieval manuscripts, firstly, so that we can do it after I have seen a bunch of old books IRL. And secondly, because I have a sinking suspicion that I'm going to need to put more of them in book jail. I have a very strong feeling that more of them are going to need to go into book jail, and I'm not ready for more witchworms. I'm sorry, I'm simply not. Even though I do theoretically have the power to solve them now. I finally theoretically can solve witchworms. Slowly, painfully, one at a time. But that sounds like a job for a future us, so we can talk about conservation. And, getting things out of book jail. Exactly, I've got a skill that lets me deal with it. I've got a... Nope, that's actually still a problem. Because I need to be able to put in 2 skills. And I don't have 2 skills that do that. We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out next time. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining. Our next stream is going to be on Saturday, when we're going to be playing Chants of Sennaar. If you know me, you know I'm a history nerd, you know I'm a rare books nerd, and I'm a languages nerd. Chants of Sennaar is squarely in the 3rd category. It's like the translating game from Heaven's Vault, but it's just that. So I'm super duper excited. It looks great. I have not spoiled myself on anything. And I'm very, very excited to take a look at that. So, same time, same place on Saturday. I'll have seen rare books earlier in the day, and it will be good. And we're gonna have a great time. So, if that all sounds good, do make sure you're followed if you are not already. And if you want to support the channel, once again, you can subscribe, or cheer bits, or any of that jazz, or when you Sunday. I'm gonna come back to this one Sunday. Let's all. So, not too long in the future, and then Dragon Age starts on Wednesday. Hooray! So, with that, I shall leave you all to be, though, let's see. Is Indieland still going? It sure is. Why don't we go raid Gerard over at Indieland? To go take a look at some... I'm not even sure what's going on, but Super Beer Bros and Gerard are over together. So that should be a great time. So why don't we... do that. You're curious how the Dragon Age streams will work? I don't know. So it'll be an interesting time. So yeah, we are going to raid over there. So I hope you'll join me for... You'll say hi over there. Spam stairs. Just like stare at them in as the raid message. And then let's, try and do that. I'm going to run the credits first, and then we'll raid over there. So, we'll see you all next time. And of course, thank you to all of our patrons listed over yonder. If you want to join them, head over to patreon.com/ludohistory for that. And of course, thank you also for everyone who gifted subs, donated, all that jazz, including our new followers, Claylith, Kiritiso, and Starlord861. And the gifted subs to Geonomaly, Cyrix, Cairo, Lidsil, Pakacat, Under the Constellations, and Dildrum. That's a lot of folks. So, thank y'all, and toss going to your Twitcher. Thank you for the raid. Let's go pass it on. Oh, just a heads up, they do have follower-only chat, so do be prepared for that, but hit the follow button and then do that. Okay, farewell.